as for James, it's something in between the character from Master and Commander, if anyone knows that film, with Russell Crowe.
I still need
So
to watch it.
it's a wonderful film with I think, lovely insight into that hierarchy on a ship. And also Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood. So somewhere between there. This is my mindset. Go into there because Dirty Harry is so. He really he famously just hates everyone. Not in a nasty way, but it just. What can I say? Yeah. What I mean is, just hates everyone equally. So it's just so for me, particularly when James
he's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, it's just I'm getting into that moment where I just go, oh, I cannot stand you. You know, will you just stand still and let me kill you because you're annoying me so much. So that's my inspiration for the character.
If you're having difficulty, you just say "blithering idiot" and it all comes back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I still hold that opinion that character lives and breathes in that phrase. That is where he is home. You blithering idiot! I know who you are.
Yeah.
Oh man.
For Santiago, kind of like what Brendan said. Once I know the voice, and with Santiago, it was not very hard. I've played that type of character before. Usually, I play that type of voice Russian. So I just take out the accent and then
I am
just
heavy weapons conquistador. This is my
right. If I ever do something to get in character, maybe I'll just do like a growl or a roar just to get me in that sort of mindset.
Yeah.
But sometimes, usually, I can just go right into it. Yeah.
I'd just like you to now put blithering idiot into your school eye. That would be great.
And then just mad screaming,
I do the mad screaming,
roaring. Okay.
Because a couple of days ago, like we used TV Paint to animate, and normally you have to use a dongle, but because it's they're on school computers, the school got around the dongle problem, and basically they have like an agreement where as long as we have the internet, we can use TV Paint without a dongle. But every now and then there will be a hiccup, and you can still watch your YouTube videos and nothing else breaks, but TV Paint will suddenly give you a window that says, oh, dongle not detected, TV Paint is shutting down, and it doesn't give you the chance to save. It just closes. And it likes to do that right before you're about to save some progress on in-betweens, and it happens to a couple of us at the same time, and the whole class just like roars at the computer. So we all went to Santiago, Yeah.
So did you develop these characters specifically for this project, or did they already exist before this school project?
This was the characters were developed specifically. Like when I joined LaSalle, I thought maybe this would be a cool opportunity to animate previous characters. And actually, I mean, because I knew Richard for a long time, and this guy that he made. This was a creature that I designed in high school, and he kept going on about, I want to see, it's called a Barocca, and he goes, I want to see Barocca the movie one day. So when we got to final year, and basically we can do whatever production we want in final year. It's stop motion, whiteboard, 3D if you study 3D, 2D if you study 2D. We could do anything. So I thought, well, maybe it would be cool to do that. So actually in my sketchbook at the beginning there's quite a bit of like dragony things and jungly looking things, because at first I was trying to go in that direction, but then the teacher was kind of like, think of a concept and use a concept, and I kind of had no idea what fun-loving stripy dinosaurs in the middle of a jungle would be able to tell. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of brain dead on that front, come back to it later. And then I was listening to Adamant, and I got this flamboyant pirate sort of thing in my head, and then it started with Louis. So I developed Louis for the project, and then from there the concept changed, the moral changed, and then I introduced characters, and then I removed characters. James wasn't in it at one point, and then Santiago was instead. Yes, you were! I took you out, but then I put you back in. Yeah, because, but the characters were designed around each other. So in fact the reason that James was out at one point was because the difference between him and Louis is not as striking as, say, the difference between Louis and Santiago, because Santiago is like top heavy and he's really cartoony, and then Louis is this tall skinny thing, and then James is just kind of like normal because he was meant to be, because he's supposed to be Spartan government, everything has to have its place in society, so he's supposed to look like that. But him by himself, it didn't really work, so instead of having 2 characters, I wound up with 3. Yeah, but no, they were all developed just for this project, and it's gotten really a lot more attention than I ever thought, so now I want to take it places, hopefully. Right. Next question from Lunar Luminescence. Lunar Luminescence asks... Oh, this one's for me.
Can we do a Mexican wave? A video Mexican wave?
Ooh.
Oh my god. Oh man.
And Brenna's like, nope. Not
good. The sun's coming up. The sun's coming. Sorry.
It's like Nosferatu, isn't it, for you?
Oh man.
I closed it, otherwise I would be in like shadow because it's just so bright outside. Okay, Lunar Luminescence asks, Sack, did you add any of your own personality traits to the 3 characters as you were creating them, either consciously or subconsciously? I cheated, so I already have bullet notes for me.
Oh.
When I was writing them up,
how it is.
I was like, I'm just gonna put some bullet notes so I don't forget anything important. Oh yeah, okay. Consciously, I think a lot of people get, generally, they say, like, you know, you always put a bit of yourself in your characters, so subconsciously I was probably always doing that, but consciously, when I was creating Honour Amongst Thieves, and especially characters like Louis, I was trying to avoid the typical, because I see it a lot, typical angsty art and typical angsty student films, because when I was in high school I had 4 years of angsty art, and now I'm just like, the world is a crappy place, so I want to make something that is happy, and the characters that are happy. So Louis especially, it's really, really hard to get him down, you know, so I was just like, okay, consciously I want to avoid anything angsty, and even though the message I'm trying to say is serious, I'm just going to do it in a not so serious way. But I created the characters to portray a message, and not really to be an extension of myself. So if there is a bit of me in there, then it's more subconscious than conscious. But I did get a comment from someone in the past that when I don't know if you've seen it, because it might be GMA blocked, or Gamma blocked. Around Christmas time I made a silly video where I dressed up as both Louis and James, and I just cut up the video to a Christmas carol, and someone put the comment that subconsciously I put some of myself physically into the characters, because even though I don't look exactly like either one, when you put a bit of makeup on and, you know, clever shadows to get the cheekbones and the facial hair and all of that, then I could pull off both. So apparently physically there is a bit of me in both characters. I wish I was as thin as Louis, wouldn't have to worry about anything.
Very good video, very good video, and it definitely, yeah, you impart a lot of the character into your trail.
I was a very scrawny James, though. I don't make a very good James. He's really like, when I dress as James.
He's got some serious muscles, hasn't he, this guy?
Well, I mean, he's running up and down.
I've got to go down the gym, just start working out. Just to go.
What is Louis' favorite food and James and Santiago's? Okay, me specifically, I don't have enough time-specific food for each nationality to answer that one yet, but maybe you guys have an idea?
The blood of his enemies?
I don't know enough. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Wake up, Brendan.
I was trying to power through that, but I couldn't. It was too funny. I don't know a lot about French food, really. But I imagine that the joke is that Louis eats a lot.
Yes.
And he's just so freaking thin. He has the metabolism of just
a ferret on diet pills.
Well, that was strangely colorful. But yeah, like I imagine just a lot of whatever he could find. I'm sorry, I don't know enough about French food, really. I feel bad, but he probably is not a picky eater at all. He eats anything and everything, and he eats a lot of it.
I imagine he would be the kind of captain who's just like, we've had a really crappy week of not getting any ships, so let's have a big, just blowout party, and we'll rob someone tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Then they're trying to rob the pirate ship with the hangover. Just stand still, stand still, stand still.
James, stop yelling. It just hurts.
Okay, I'm going into the prison. Just shh.
Like Louis, they're all just there in a pile, like just sleeping in the breaks. This is the quietest pirates we've ever had. Yeah, we should get them drunk more often.
Just like they all swing over. I'm going to whop you. Just really quiet.
So they're all captured by James, and then James, you know, they get attacked by Santiago, and cannons are going, and Louis just, shut up! Stop it, please! Like, he goes up on deck and just goes to Santiago and goes, do you mind? We're kind of hungover. Okay, thanks, and just goes back downstairs.
Well, James would be eating salted pork, and everything's got salt on it, basically.
Yeah. I can imagine, like, James is the one guy in his crew who can actually eat that. Like, everyone else is like, oh, I'm so tired of this, and when are we gonna make port? And James is like, shut up and eat it! Jeez, it's your duty to your country!
I think there was a fruit as well, but only up to a point.
This tastes like glory! Sorry.
Yeah.
This is the taste of loyalty, men.
And I don't think he. I know that rum or whatever, you know, some sort of brandy or something like that was the drink to drink, but or one of the drinks to drink, because you know you couldn't really have water on board. But but I imagine he doesn't drink very much at all, because it would just impair his abilities to rule the ship. But I should imagine that there's a certain tolerance built up to drinking rum and that sort of thing, so that it becomes just a drink. But I don't think he drinks very much of it. That's what I'm imagining. So that and just everything with salt on it.
Yeah. And Santiago, we already know. Blood of his enemies.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
That's just right off the top of your head. Yeah, you have to be careful in real life. Hi, run!
Your story is taking on a vampiric turn now, isn't it? So this is another universe you can go into.
Yeah, it's the parallel universe where.
To,
But that would be like the Spanish are all the vampires, and you see like a dead heathen, and they're all like. Yeah.
Which makes which makes well, no, what would you Brendan would be
James could be Van Helsing. James can be
James is Van Helsing. That already exists.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
Just for irony.
I will be his girl that he has to save. I'll be the damsel in distress.
Really, Louis in distress. I'd be like, I've come to save you. Oh yeah, it's about time. Actually, I had the whole like exit planned out, so we can go now.
Thank you. It's been so boring. Finally.
Okay, and the last one from her. Do any of the VAs own something which reminds them of the characters that they voice?
Yes, I'm just going to go and get it.
It's the British flag. Oh, it wasn't the British flag.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything.
I can't say. It will
I'm gonna say that I do.
I severed a head.
Yeah, no, I can't show that. The police are onto me. Well, I've got this bloodied sword, and
Right. A bag full of corpses that I totally destroyed, and
some, Spanish gold and a chest.
I probably have a Bible lying around, so I guess that yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got like my cosplay corner over there where I have feather boas tossed over.
Oh yeah.
Louis' wig, which is destroyed because it's so curly that
Uh-huh.
I wore it once, and the heat and the humidity, it just matted the whole thing.
Just totally ruined it.
Totally ruined it. James's wig is fine because it was like straight, so
Yeah,
his wig
yeah.
is still alive.